Families, please welcome the class of 2026 of Garza Independence High School.
Seated. Good afternoon. I'm Drew Nichols, the proud principal of Gonzalo Garza Independence High School. Welcome to our class of 2026 commencement ceremony. While this is a time of joy and celebration, our graduation is a formal ceremony that requires dignity and respect from all in attendance. I ask that all guests act respectfully during these proceedings. We will begin our ceremony with Sasha Frosch, Charlie Rose, and Natalia Marino leading us with the Pledge of Allegiance and the Texas Pledge. The national anthem will follow. Pledge readers, please come to the podium.
Good afternoon. I'm Sasha Froze.
I'm Charlie Rose.
And I'm Natalia Merino.
Please stand if you can join us in saying the Pledge of Allegiance following the Texas Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Prometo lealtad a la bandera de los Estados Unidos de América y la república que representa una nación bajo Dios invisible, con libertad y justicia para todos.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Honra a la bandera de Texas. Te juro lealtad, Texas, un Estado bajo Dios, uno e invisible.
And now for the national anthem. Please be seated. At this time, I'm honored to introduce our esteemed platform guests and campus leaders. From AISD Leadership, Matias Segura, AISD Superintendent. Dr. Angel Wilson, Assistant Superintendent of Secondary Schools. Dr. Latanya Amerson, Assistant Superintendent of School Improvement. Marlo Mallet, Executive Director of Secondary Schools. And Dr. Jonathan Smith, Executive Director of Secondary Schools. From our AISD Board of Trustees, Candace Hunter, District 1. Lynn Boswell, District 5, AISD Board President. Andrew Gonzalez, District 6, AISD Board Vice President. And Fernando Lucas de Uristo, at-large Position 8. Apologies, Fernando. From the Garza High School campus, Associate Principals Katie Iberg and Noli Watson. Announcing names for the class of 2026, Garza High School counselors Lisa Riza and Adrian Kimmel. Spirit of Garza recipient Aries Wade. And how about a hand for our pledge readers, Sasha Frosch, Charlie Rose, and Natalia Marino. Also assisting us today, and to be perfectly honest, running the show for us today, Registrar Ana Aguirre. Line leaders Angie Saiz, Susan Devaney, and Vanessa Molina. Our academic counselors, Susan Devaney, Lisa Riza, and Adrian Kimmel. Our college and career counselor, Annie Lemasters. And our graduation coaches and parent support specialists, Angelita Saiz and Nancy Ceballos. And our outstanding teachers, teaching assistants, and staff. None of these seniors would be here today without the commitment and hard work that happens daily from our staff members. Thank you. We also have some very proud parents joining us on stage today as a special recognition to our guest diploma presenters, one AISD board trustee and two dedicated Austin ISD staff members. Candace Hunter presenting to her daughter, Hezekiah Hunter. Mindy Bass presenting to her daughter, Marley Bass. And Jessica Wade presenting to our Spirit of Garza Award winner, Aries Wade. At this time, I would like to ask our esteemed AISD School Board Trustee member, Candace Hunter, to address our seniors.
Mr. Nichols is taller. Hello. Class of 2026, you did that. This afternoon is more than caps and gowns. It is the result of long nights, early mornings, responsibilities at home, maybe part-time jobs, but death, stress, sacrifice, and perseverance. You guys know I come to you every year with a song because I love music and I live through music. And if you've ever been near me in my car, you know I play it loud and with lots of bass. So I thought, what would be more important than a topic, another song? Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire was released in 1989. The song rapidly lists major world events, cultural moments, political figures, wars, inventions, and crises from 1949 through the late 1980s. He wrote it after a younger person suggested older generations had an easier life. Billy Joel's response was that every generation inherits problems, conflict, and chaos. The world has always been complicated. The chorus says, we didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. And honestly, this generation understands that deeply. You've lived through a global pandemic, winter storms that shut down Texas, social division, economic uncertainty, and nonstop world events streamed directly to your phones every single day. But instead of looking away, many of you answered the call. Not because a teacher told you to, not because it was an assignment, but because it touched your lives personally and your generation collectively said, we ain't having that. You advocate for mental health. You challenge injustice, you care about the community, you push for change, and because of social media and technology, you are already citizens of the world, connected to people, cultures, and experience far beyond yours. You have the education, you have the creativity, you have the empathy, you have the resilience, and you have the courage to imagine a better future than the one you inherited. So continue asking questions, continue caring about people, continue building community, continue challenging what needs to be challenged, and continue showing up for one another. The world does not need you to be perfect. It needs you to care. It needs you to act. You did not start the fire, but you have been well equipped to extinguish it and to rebuild something better. I thank you for your future service in the world. Congratulations, Garza Independence High School, class of 2026. It is my distinct pleasure to present our superintendent, Matias Segura. For Matias, Austin ISD is home. He is an Austin ISD graduate. His mother dedicated 42 years teaching in Austin ISD classrooms, and he is a father of two current Austin ISD students, one who graduates this week. He carries the legacy into this leadership through his unwavering commitment to ensuring strong outcomes for every student while upholding what makes Austin uniquely Austin. His leadership is guided by a simple but powerful truth, that strong schools make a strong Austin. Please join me in welcoming our superintendent, Matias Segura.
All right, let's go. It's graduation time. Come on. I'm Matias Segura, superintendent of Austin ISD, and I am so proud to be here. Thank you, Trustee Hunter, for your comments. Thank you, Principal Nichols, for your support and your amazing leadership. Without you all leading this incredible school, we would not be here today. Now, before we get going, I want all of y'all to see those blue shirts out in the crowd. You see them? They've been working for months to make sure that we came together to celebrate our incredible graduates. Please help me give them a round of applause. Without them, this would be very, very difficult to pull off. To the Austin ISD families in the crowd, welcome and thank you. We are excited to celebrate this incredible milestone with you as one Austin ISD family. Usually when a speaker takes the mic, they wait for the quiet. But the moments before we get started are so powerful. There is a specific electric kind of noise that only happens on a day just like today. The frantic scanning of the stands, the high-pitched, "Come over here," as friends and families reconnect, and the low hum of thousands of people settling in to share a moment. I love that sound because it's the sound of community. It says you are known, you are seen, and you belong. But tomorrow, when the caps are tossed in the back seat of the car and your tassels are hanging from the rearview mirrors, that sound is going to change. You're stepping into a world that can feel less like a community and more like a shouting match. We often tell graduates, go out and change the world. But for the class of 2026, I know that phrase can feel heavy. As your superintendent, as a father watching my own daughter cross the stage next week, I understand that weight. I know she feels it too. In a world pulsing with digital outrage and the relentless ping of notifications, how do we discern what actually matters? The algorithm wants you angry and impulsive. We want you unshakable and intentional, because the loudest voices rarely hold the most weight. Noises just echo, but character resonates. When you stand firm in who you are, your authentic voice cuts through the noise. And you didn't build that voice overnight. You built it year by year, right here in Austin ISD. So I need y'all to do me a favor. How many of y'all started in Austin ISD as a kindergartner? Raise your hand. Raise them up high. That is incredible. You have been with us for over 13 years. 13 years. That means you've been guided by more than 50 different teachers and coaches, nourished by over 2,000 school meals, and traveled thousands of miles on buses. And let's not forget all the practices, the group projects, and the late night study sessions. And your parents and guardians have had front row seats for all of it. From that very first day of school to that first nerve-wracking parent-teacher conference, we all know what that's like. And to be here watching you begin to navigate this incredible world. Those 13 years were your training ground. They were a multi-year lesson in learning how to speak up, how to listen, how to figure out who you are amid all that noise. Many of you demonstrated that exact maturity this year. When faced with complex issues, you didn't just tune out or scroll past. You chose to engage. You used your voice. You practiced civic advocacy, and you learned how to stand up for your beliefs through peaceful protests. As an educator, my deepest hope is you always understand that students just don't passively watch history, but that you learn the skills to thoroughly engage with it. In my role, I've had to practice similar skills. Leading a district like ours has meant standing firm in our values while navigating intense political and budgetary pressures. I have faced my share of public scrutiny, there's no doubt. But in moments of immense pressure, you don't compromise on what's right. You stay grounded in what matters most. Our shared values. Creating great humans and equipping students with the skills and character to build a life of purpose. An Austin ISD education has never been just a race to an elite college or a perfect test score. The world doesn't just need your GPA. It needs your grit. Employers want graduates who understand the value of being multilingual, who have sat in a classroom with people who don't look or think like them and found common ground, or who turn mistakes into opportunities. I know you're wondering if the world is going to keep its promises to you, and it's okay to feel that way. You had a global pandemic reshape your childhood, You already know how to handle the unexpected, and that is exactly the courage it takes to face your future firsts. Soon you'll have that first night in an apartment that is yours alone, where the silence feels a little too loud. You'll have the first job interview, or your first time you have to pitch a risky idea to a boss who has decades on you. Our job wasn't to promise that nothing bad would ever happen. It was to prepare you to handle those firsts with grit and with grace. As I look at my daughter and I look at all of you, I offer 3 quick pieces of advice. Start within your reach. You do not have to fix the planet by Tuesday. Start by making the room you're standing in slightly better. Trade judgment for curiosity. When someone offends you, swap "what's wrong with them" or "I wonder what led them to think like that." Curiosity kills divisiveness. And lastly, protect the small joys. Find the silence required to hear yourself. Find the tacos, the trails, and the music that refuel you. Class of 2026, just don't go forth and conquer. Go forth and connect. You carry the spirit of Austin, a city that values the weird, the authentic, and the diverse. Never let the world's bitterness steal your capacity for awe. The world is noisy and uncertain, but you are an Austin ISD graduate. Don't just inhabit the world as it is, reimagine it. Now go make some good news and good noise. Congratulations, class of 2026. Very well done. Thank you.
There's a common theme here, guys. I'm going to be the third speech you're going to hear today, and there is a common theme to this. You guys have already overcome a whole lot in your academic career here. So just want to tell you before I start how proud I am of all of you, and thank you for what you've given back to me and to our staff as well. Good afternoon, families, friends, and staff, and most importantly, graduates. It's genuinely great to see those of you again who graduated last semester. For those recent grads, time to take a deep breath. You made it. Today, while we gather to congratulate the class of 2026, we celebrate more than just graduation. We celebrate resilience. We celebrate growth. And we celebrate every single step that brought the Gonzalo Garza High School class of 2026 to this moment. To the graduates, families, staff, and community gathered here tonight, thank you for being part of this journey. Class of 2026, I want you to take a moment and find your person or your people. These are the people who saw you when life felt uncertain. These are the people who stood beside you through challenges, setbacks, losses, changes, and moments when the road ahead did not seem clear. If you didn't have a person or people when you came to Garza, find the person or people that you have now. Here you are. At Garza, we know that success is not always a straight line. Many of you arrived here carrying burdens heavier than most people your age should ever have to carry. Some of you balanced school while working jobs, caring for family members, and navigating anxiety, overcoming instability, dealing with loss, or simply trying to rediscover your own belief in yourself. What makes Garza special is this: we do not define students by the obstacles they face, we define them by the courage they show in continuing forward. Every graduate sitting here tonight has a story, and every story matters. Some people think education is only about grades, credits, or diplomas, but at Garza we know it's something deeper. It's about learning how to navigate life when things don't go according to plan. It's about learning how to adapt, how to persevere, how to ask for help, and how to keep moving forward, even when uncertainty surrounds you. Navigating times of change and uncertainty is difficult, but also feels so important because the truth is uncertainty is a part of life. The world you are entering changes constantly. Technology changes, careers change, relationships change, plans change. Sometimes the future feels exciting and sometimes it feels overwhelming. But if there is a group of students prepared to navigate uncertainty, it's you. Why? Because you already have. You learned how to rebuild when things fell apart. You learned how to keep going after setbacks. You learned that progress does not require perfection. And you learned that your past does not determine your future. Those lessons are more valuable than you may realize today. At Garza, you discovered strengths cannot always be measured on a transcript. Resilience, empathy, self-awareness, grit, and hope. Those qualities will carry you further than you can imagine. As you leave Garza, there will still be difficult days ahead. There will be moments when you question yourself. There will be times when life changes unexpectedly and you feel uncertain about what comes next. When those moments come, I want you to remember this. You have already overcome things that once seemed impossible. Remember the version of yourself that walked through the doors at Garza. I knew it was going to happen, guys. Then look at who you are now. You're stronger, you're wiser, you're always more capable than you give yourself credit for. Do not let the world convince you that your story is less important because your path looked different. Some of the strongest people in the world are those who had to stand and fight for every opportunity they had earned. And tonight, you earned this. I also want to challenge you with something important. Take what you learned here and give it back to the world. Lead with compassion, treat people with dignity, be the person who notices when others are struggling. Use your voice, choose growth over fear, and never stop believing that change is possible, because many of you are living proof that it is. At Garza, we often talk about meeting students where they are, but what makes this community extraordinary is that we also believe in helping students see what they can be. Class of 2026, your future is not limited by your circumstances. It is shaped by your determination, your choices, and your willingness to keep moving forward. Some of you will go to college. Some of you will enter the workforce. Some of you will serve your communities, raise families, start businesses, create art, or discover passions you haven't even imagined yet. No matter where life takes you, carry this truth with you. You belong in this world. Your voice matters. And your journey has purpose. I want to thank the families, teachers, counselors, support staff, and mentors who walked alongside these graduates. Your patience, encouragement, and belief in these students helped make tonight possible. And to the class of 2026, I could not be more proud of you. Not just because you graduated, but because you kept going. In a world filled with uncertainty, that kind of perseverance matters. So walk forward with confidence. Walk forward with courage. Walk forward knowing that no obstacle can erase your worth or your potential. As we celebrate the accomplishments of the 2026 class, I would also like to recognize our outstanding academic achievers. Will the students graduating in the top 2% of the class please stand and remain standing? If you're top 2%, stand on up. Top 5%, please stand and join her. Top 5%, please stand and join. And top 10%, top 10%. There we go. Thank you, guys. You can sit down. I appreciate you. Before I close, I'm proud to announce that the Garza High School class of 2026 has earned an incredible $152,700 in scholarships. This achievement reflects the hard work, determination, and bright futures of our graduates, and we could not be more proud of all they've accomplished. Congratulations, Gonzalo Garza class of 2026. Your story is still being written, and the best chapters are still ahead. Before I turn it over to Aries to take us home here, I'd like to talk a little bit about the spirit of Garza. A lot of graduations celebrate the valedictorian and the salutatorian. We're here today to celebrate our Spirit of Garza award winner. And at the core of the Spirit of Garza is a belief that everyone can fly if given the right environment to spread their wings. Our mascot, the Griffin, does not look like she should fly, but we all know that she can soar to great heights, and wow, has this student body soared. Garza High School stands as a public school supported by the people of Austin, the Austin ISD School Board, and our superintendent. Together, we believe that students deserve a high-quality public education in a supportive environment. Ultimately, the Spirit of Garza is the practice of reaching out for help, then taking the wisdom and strength you have gained from those who helped and reaching out to help others. I'd like to introduce our Spirit of Garza speaker who will address the graduating class, Aries Wade.
Hello, everyone. Before I start, I should warn you that if you hear any crying, you're actually hearing confidence. My name is Aries Wade. You probably haven't met me or don't even know who I am. Maybe you've heard of me through my legendary legacy. If you know anything about me, you know my legacy is anything but legendary. I talk too much or not at all. I can do algebra, but have gotten lost in a sleeping bag multiple times. When I started at Garza, I had been catatonic for the year before, and I hadn't gone to school consistently for 2. When I was interviewed, I was panicked and stressed. All I wanted was to have it over with. I looked at my mom for constant support like a little kid at the doctor's office. Yet, somehow, that terrified, shattered human turned into me. I don't really know what to share. I don't even know that I am the one supposed to be up here sharing today. I think the best way to talk about anything is through major parts. There are billions of little gestures and things my teachers and counselors have done to change me for the better. The memory I think captures Garza best is the 3 months I left Garza. Every day I got messages from at least one teacher checking in on me and asking if they could do anything. Isn't that wild? You ditch school and they aren't even mad. Who thought of that? I realized that anger was simply because I didn't know how to be comfortable and get positive attention. It took me 1.5 months to respond to them, and when I didn't respond, I still got messages. I don't remember a single day that I missed where I didn't get a message. I know that story sounds fake, but I am so grateful it isn't. These teachers and counselors find ways to mend gaping wounds and sew together your life. They care, they like you, they want to see us happy. And in turn, it has made me want myself to be happy, something I rejected before. Now, as I take it all in, I realize that the comfort I found at Garza has become comfort in myself. The persistence of teachers at Garza to get to know me has made me curious about myself and who I will become. Maybe I will go into my dream field, computer science, or maybe I'll travel. Whatever I do, I'll always have a safe place in myself created because of Garza. I am eternally grateful for the opportunity I was given. Thank you to my mom and siblings. Thank you to everyone at Garza. I don't like goodbyes, so how about see you later?
Thank you for your excellent speech, Aries. Congratulations. I would also like to take a minute to thank the support cast for these students, including family, teachers, friends. At Garza, we know it takes a village, and we're here, and we are thankful to all of you who have helped support these students to get them where they are today. Please give yourselves a round of applause. Superintendent Segura and the AISD Board of Trustees, it is my honor to present the Garza High School class of 2026. To the members of the Board of Trustees, Superintendent, by the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the Texas Education Agency, I certify that these candidates have completed all the requirements as specified by district policy and state law, and I recommend that they be awarded their diplomas and certificates. Line leaders, please let these guys get back to their seats and then direct the first rows of students to the appropriate stage.
Angel Asensio Johnson.
Cam Machado.
Michael Aristotle Balsamo.
Flor Delis Madrid.
Marley Kaya Bass.
Rosalia Jesusa Mares.
Brian Enrique Benitez Martinez.
Ana Martinez.
Charles Boyle.
Danny Alexis Martinez Pena.
Abraham Abera Bryant. Wait.
Christian Marcel Martinez.
William Street Buckingham. Wait right there.
Emery Justin Matei.
Dashelle Douglas Carmichael.
Oliver Stephen Mays.
Corinne Castanagüe.
Celeste Liz Medina.
Maya Lynn Chacon Martinez.
Lorem Estefany Mejia Gutierrez.
Leon Chang.
Gray Daniel Montgomery.
Julia Christiana.
Jaden Morel Morales.
Charlie Copeland.
Josh Moses.
Ella Dylan Deering.
Isaac Dorian Nava Ortiz.
Violetta Tomova Dimova.
Maxwell Jaden Pearson.
Yusneling Escorcia Gutierrez.
Fernanda Plasencia Ortiz.
Rowan Graves.
Jose Javier Plata Salinas.
Ivan Flores.
Pablo Ramirez.
Andres Dimitri Gomez.
Caleb Josiah Rodriguez.
Anastasia Gutierrez.
Lorelei Olivia Rigdon.
Mike Gutierrez.
Yusuf Rollins.
Charles Higginbotham.
Jaden Rivera.
Lumi Paloma.
Aaron Saldana.
Hezekiah Hunter, whose diploma is presented today by her mother, Trustee Candace Hunter.
Levi Sandstrom.
Keyshawn Marquay Aquarius Jarmon.
Catherine Lizeth Cibrian Maldonado.
Ebony Charmaine Johnson.
Lily Sladish.
Simon Kisoyan.
Toby Snyder.
Miles Wayne Kanapi.
DeMontez Davila Stearns.
Grant Douglas Kubitz.
Kaylee Jolani Suchite Lopez.
Princess Lewis.
Cadence Simak.
Cynthia Michelle Limon Alejo.
London Autumn Camille.
Erica Barrientos Garcia.
Addison Brooke Thibodeau.
Janeth Sewani Pascual Garcia.
Caden Emilio Torres.
Yenny Morales Lopez.
Jacqueline Vasquez.
Eric Saldana.
Alexa Nicole Waddell.
David Perez del Villar Landrove.
Hidalgo Villalobos.
Aries Wade, whose diploma is presented today by his mother, Jessica Wade.
Chadwick Williams.
Sasha Carr Froze.
Christopher Darnell Williams III.
Charles Danger Rose.
Luca Wyndham Waite. Shiloh Adrian Wirt. Luis Angel Vasquez. Lily Zamora. Delilah Zavala. Julio Cantu. Natalia Merino.
All right, guys, we're almost done. How about one more big round of applause for our graduates? Yeah, we can be seated. Be seated, please. All right, guys, I'm going to give you very specific directions here, okay? This is the last test that you're going to get here. I'm going to direct you, not now, to shift your tassels from right to left. So if it's not on the right side right now, tassel on the right. Tassel on the right. I'll say celebrate. That'll be the signal that it's time to toss your caps in the air. Any questions? Just kidding. I can't take them right now anyway. All right. So now, graduates, please stand. Shift your tassels from right to left. And it's time to celebrate! Parents and guests, please remain seated until our graduates exit for the recessional. We would appreciate it if you could throw away your water bottles and trash can on your way out. Graduates, please meet your family in the designated area between the arena and the baseball field from where you can access the parking lot. Once the recessional plays, seniors will file out. Seniors, wait. There's your music cue. Thank you, guys. Congratulations.